Share. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we're gonna start with the milky white. Man, I can't wait for my monomer to be ready for you guys next week. Look at that. Look at that monomer, y'all. Look how nice and buttery this is. Definitely try the 8 ounce, 16 ounce first, and then are you ready? You think there's something you want? Hit up that gallon, save yourself some money. Now make sure that when you do ombre, the first coat has to be the first bead right here, the base color. It's always the non-dominant color. And make sure you get it nice and smooth. As in like smooth. Because you don't want it to be bumpy, and then when you drag your ombre, and it's gonna be bumpy also. I'm gonna shape this real quick though. Is that? Boom, the shape's there. Okay, and we're gonna repeat that over and over. So this is our first bead of the ombre, always a non-dominant color. If you're using any nudes, it's gonna be on top or cover pink. This is gonna be a nice and pink nude ombre. Haven't done a nice traditional ombre in a while. Should be fun for me. Can't wait to meet me, yes. Are you in the Philly class or the Orlando class or the Chicago class? I can't wait to meet all my students. As you can see, this first bead is very important because a smooth transition will give you guys smooth ombre. Now let's say if we had a very bumpy nail here. When you try to drag your ombre, it's gonna fill in those bumps and it's gonna make your ombre not look as good. I don't have to worry about this being too thick because I'm gonna cover this up with the base color anyways. So you cover up the ombre, I go up about 65 to 70% of the nail. Not too far up, you can go up farther if you want, up to you, but 65 to 75 is 75 is definitely a good amount. Please come to Jeff for class. I wish I can come to National. How do you sign up for ATL class? We haven't announced it yet, but we will announce it. And for those of you guys that haven't followed my Instagram yet, hurry up and follow that. I will be announcing the press time giveaway. It's pinned right there. You don't want to miss that. See that? Ooh, monomer child. Look at that. It's nice and buttery. It will stay where you need it to go. And this is a medium setting. My monomer is medium setting. So it definitely gives you time, but you can, for those that like to work a little quicker also, it's not too runny. Also based on your ratio. I'm using a size 10 brush, so. You see I'm consistently shaping my acrylic. I told you guys I don't shape the hand file, I shape with my brush. I get it all done first, so later on I just gotta finesse the lines. My ratio stays consistent, so my bead stays consistent. Definitely a Michigan class. I think Chicago's as close as I'm gonna get to Michigan right now, unfortunately. I mean, you're in Michigan, and that's your chance right there. I know a lot of you guys in Michiganders go to Chicago all the time, so there's no excuse for that. You guys go there to eat, you guys go there to hang out. You can definitely go there for a class. this is your base, okay? We're gonna go back through and add the ombre. It's gonna be a nice pink. Ain't that beading fun? I'm able to nudge the powder where I need to go. It's not bleeding all over the place. Remember, when you clean your brush, don't bring up too much monomer. And you bring up more monomer, it'll make the powder run more, okay? You're cleaning your brush in a sense to get it nice and clean. Not to add more monomer to the powder, it'll make it run more. We want the powder to be dry. You see I'm shaping? I'm shaping, I'm shaping, I'm shaping. Hey, what's up? I know who you are, Tania. How are you? This size is size 10 brush. This monomer is my own monomer that I'm releasing next week, hopefully. It'll be ready. I'll have an 8 and 16 ounce first, 8 and 16, and depending on how the request is, I'll hit up the gallon for you guys. But try it first. It usually works with any color powder. I tested this with like 8 different companies before I decided on this monomer. 8 different acrylic companies. Can we pre-order? No, we can't, because once I don't want to do the pre-orders. It's just too much work. It's gonna be enough, trust me. It's not gonna run out, I guarantee you. I made sure of that. Just remember, guys, majority of the time when you're doing your application, you have time to shape the nails. Do it. Make your life easier. See? Shape's like very crispy right now. It's not. I'm not shipping it international. Monomer, you cannot ship international. It's way. You can't. They won't even allow it. Unfortunately. There's no way there's definitely that one thing I'm not gonna do is ship the monomer international. One, it'll probably get destroyed by custom. Two, just way too many requirements to ship that international. I'm sorry for that. Monomer will not be available for international orders, only domestic. What's booked already? Thank you, Toomey. Oh, Philly? Oh, Philly is already full. There's one spot left, but someone's waiting to put in a deposit, so I'm gonna give them another week. I closed it down the other day already. So now we're finishing up with the base color. We're gonna go move over right to the ombre color. You can do a few ways. You can do it with a 1 bead, just the cuticle area, or I'm gonna show you a 3 bead ombre method for those that are still working on their ombre. Very effective. We're first gonna build our ombre first, and then we're gonna do our cuticle bead. So you have less work to do, okay? Generally, I'll do my cuticle bead and my ombre bead at the same time, but for people that just, watching, I'm gonna show you guys how to split that up into 2 jobs. So I'm gonna put away 121 from chisel. I'm gonna take out, this is called, OM means ombre, 15B. Oh yeah. So let's get a small bead. Let's build our blend first, our ombre blend, okay? We'll place it down. I'm gonna make our ombre first. What that does is it gives us time. You get your blend first. Okay?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
The color.
Huh?
The color, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like.
So now we do our cuticle bead. And the cuticle bead, we're not gonna, make sure we're not dragging it through our ombre. Once this is more dry, we're gonna slowly drag it through. It's because I have white lighting right now. This is a very nice natural pink, but in person, this looks really, really pretty. And remember, with ombre, you have to stay consistent. Okay, so I'm gonna show you that again. We got our first bead. This is to build our ombre, okay? The key to this bead is to make sure that it's at the right position. And usually place it right where the white area is. And I'll nudge the powder, keep it nice and even. When I'm ready to drag, I would drag through the whole thing. I don't stop, because if I stop, I'm gonna create unevenness. I'm gonna use the brush and drag the whole thing over. Just like that. When I do it, boom, boom, boom. I'm not gonna drag a little bit, then stop, go up a little bit, stop, no. And now I have time to do my cuticle bead. And I'm gonna blend this cuticle bead into the second bead. I'm not gonna add to the ombre, because the ombre is already at where I want it. So I don't wanna drag down any lower. The key is to stay consistent throughout the whole nail. The ombre has to look consistent throughout the whole nail. And you don't wanna drag it too early when it's too wet, because it would just bleed all over the whole nail. You wanna drag it when it's at a medium consistency. So I'll show you guys one more time. I actually wait. So what I do is, when I'm nudging it, I'll know as it dries up, okay, now it's time to drag. Let's just go through the whole thing, just like that. It gives me a nice consistent blend. Just like that. Now I go back up with my cuticle bead. It just gives me more time. You have 1 bead just for the blend and 1 bead for the cuticle area. You break it down. Y'all can see this pink and white. It's because I have white lighting, but yeah, you can see it in the video. And it stays consistent because I'm placing the same, because earlier when I placed my white, I placed it in the same spot every time. So every time I put the pink, as long as I drag the same way, it has the same blend. Now the key to ombre is you gotta make sure the blend is consistent throughout the nails. If you have one nail that's too long, one nail too short, the blend is too long, too short, it'll be inconsistent. It won't really look, like an ombre, like a very well executed ombre. You don't know I cannot do anybody's nails when I'm in class. I know a lot of people ask. If I do it for one student, I do it for everybody. Y'all do try though. You see that? I create my ombre just right there. And if you have excess that bleed out here, all you gotta do is just pat it, get rid of it. Now go up to the cuticle bead, nudge up, and just the same cycle over and over again. And I'm not dragging this bead all over the nail, I'm just dragging it to that second bead, and I'm pulling away, making sure that the powder is just enough powder there. And later I'm gonna put a little bit of clear to protect my ombre also, okay? See how I'm lining up this powder? I'm lining it up, so when I pull, I have the same amount when I pull. Now if you just put a ball there and it's uneven and you pull, yes, you're gonna have more pink here, less pink there. So line it up. Clean the cuticle area out. If you have any excess, just like that. Using my crimp brush. Pat, pat, pat. And there you go. You have one consistent ombre throughout every nail. You see that? Consistency. I feel like the white's taken away from it. There. It's just my white lighting, but it's a very nice pink. Ooh. Oh yeah, you can see it. I don't know why from my phone I can't see it that well. So now I'll do this how I usually do it. You know, and just do. And I actually prefer this method because it actually gives me more control, consistency. Just like that. And just grab another small bead. So yeah, sometimes you just can break it down, guys. You don't have to do everything at once, especially with ombre. It's the same technique. You just broke it down to two different steps instead of one step. Now, if I would do one bead, I have to worry about the cuticle area. I have to worry about the blend. I have to worry about the bead. It's a lot to worry about. And if I'm still working on my application, my timing, that's gonna make me struggle, right? So why not just break it down? Now I don't have to worry about the blend first. Then I'll worry about the cuticle bead later. You know. So then I line it up. That line right here. When I drag, I just go right through. Very light touches. Boom. It's consistent. If I drag the same consistency, same brush strokes, God, I love doing ombre. Ombre is coming back. This summer I'm probably gonna be doing like multiple ombres. So this is how you would do it if you did it one bead style. Put it one bead. You have to control the cuticle first. Line everything up. Then blend. I just did that. It's the same thing I did with the 2 bead. Except I did it with 1 bead. Okay? Now for a lot of people there may be too much work, too much going on, or they can't time everything right. Well, just break it down to 2 steps. See? Same thing, just 1 step. And eventually when you get more and more comfortable with your powder control, you can do that in 1 step. But until then, you don't have to. Don't push yourself. See, this is the same thing I did with the 2 bead, except I have to worry about the cuticle area first. Control the size. Line up the powder. Then brushing my ombre through. This is a bigger nail, so I'm going to do 2 bead. And if it's too wet, just let it sit. Pull it when it's ready. Don't force it. Okay, so our ombre is done. Our next step is protecting our ombre. For a lot of you, it's definitely a very must-have. Because last thing you want to do is you want to drill into our ombre, right? So what we do is just grab a little bit of clear wherever the ombre meets. Just put a little bit of clear there. Later on, you're going to be buffing and filing, drilling. You don't want to drill off that perfect ombre that you accomplished, right? So we're going to put the clear there. We're going to just blend it down. Give it a clear coat. Some people encapsulate the whole thing. You can do whatever, whichever pleases you. I just don't want to worry about where my ombre is. I don't want to make my nails any thicker than I need it. So my bulk of the nails is where I'm going to place it. I'm just going to drag it through. And it'll give me a nice coat of clear to protect my ombre from buffing and filing and drilling later and ruining my ombre. This is especially if you're using any dark colors and you get a nice ombre, the last thing you want to do, and with pink and whites like this, you can get away with it. But with darker colors, oh no. If you file and buff too much, it's going to come right off. And then you're going to see your ombre not as good as you thought it was going to be. Like you spent all that time getting that perfect blend and then boom, you just accidentally buffed or drilled it off. That hurts the soul. You'll feel that one in the morning. I'm just gonna go through and put a clear over in all these, just where I need it, right here. It's not that thick, just enough. Just remember, you're not putting that much clear on, so don't be over drilling. Be cautious when you're filing. If you're gonna file this clear off and right into the ombre, then that's on you. It's very quick. What? No. Why? Let me see that. Let's see if it's still fixable. Hopefully I don't have to drill it off and redo it. No, that's fine. Just put a little bit more pink on it.
It's when your customer fucks up.
All the time.
Bam, fixed.
Mm-hmm. Unnecessary, but fixed.
Hey.
All right, let's finish up these last encapsulation, shape, cuticle work, and top coat. Remember, you don't have to encapsulate this whole nail, okay? A lot of people do, and I don't see why you need to, unless you're really, really going to be drilling. It just makes the nail so much more thicker. You encapsulate the whole nail using a nice thin coat of clear like that. Swoop. I'm almost like pasting it on. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Is that just like pasting it on? Majority of the powder is right here where the ombre is. So I know that later on I have a lot of leeway. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. Quick and painless. Nobody got hurt. Make sure whenever you're using clear to make sure your brush is completely free of all powder, okay? When you feather through and you feel any, you see that? There's still acrylic in there. I'm gonna get that monomer and I'll push it out because I don't want that acrylic to set. Little tiny acrylic beads in there. There you go. This brush has lasted me almost a year, so I'm gonna get this brush to its 1 year birthday. It's really lived up to its usage. And the rest is monomer. See, I had just enough monomer. I'm gonna throw it out. There's no need for it anymore. You just gotta really learn how to gauge how much monomer you need per set, so you don't using too much excess. Okay, save yourself some money. Well, you guys don't celebrate birthdays for your tools? Okay, so now our shaping. Remember earlier we shaped with our brush? So now we're just crisping up the shape. We're not trying to shape right now. The more I shape, the more I lose the shape. So just enough. Clean it up. And there we go. See? Shape is nice and crisp. That's all we needed. Because the shape should have been there with the tips, and then adding on the acrylic, you know, you get a more relevant shape. And now we're just cleaning up the shape. The misconception is that when you use this hand filer that you're actually shaping. No, you're cleaning up the shape that you've already done with application. Okay, if you're trying to shape, you're gonna mess up your shape. Remember, the more we take away, the worse the shape gets. Okay? Make it quick and painless, nice and crisp. Look how crisp that line look. Well, from my angle, it's nice and crisp. I don't know from your guys' angle. And it takes me about maybe less than a few minutes per hand. I limit anytime I'm shaping over 30 seconds per finger, I'm worried. I'm like, oh crap, the shape is getting, it's not going nowhere. Don't overthink it, okay? Stop, take a look, and go back in. Don't just sit there and just file until you're like, oh, it's crooked. It went too much on one side, and it's too late. I hear people say they spend like 30 minutes shaping. I'm like, oh no, child. Don't do that. It's because you keep messing up the shape. That's why you have consistency shape. That's one of the issues. Oops, sorry. Just like that. There you guys go. Nice crispy coffin. So you can take this all the way to Popeyes.
Really?
Popeyes extra crispy. It took me about, I want to say less than 3 minutes. You can see that. Okay, Jasmine. Yep. That's why every time I always tell my students, and I always tell you guys, don't try to shape too much. That's when the shape starts getting wonky. If you're spending over 5-6 minutes, or even on a nail, 10 minutes on a nail, oh no. You just digging yourself a bigger hole. Okay? Just remember, you're not trying to sit there and shape. You're just trying to clean up the shape. The more we file, and then once you just dig yourself that hole, you're just stuck. You know, you're stuck in that hole. Go. Let's clean up a little bit of this, and then we're gonna go to cuticle work. 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 And then we're g And we're good. Check everything and see this. This one's a little bit longer. I don't know if you guys can see this, but hopefully with the camera, I think you can. You see the pink, the ombre is consistent. The blend, that's what we're really trying to achieve, okay? Consistent blend. That 5-piece extra crisp, man, you make me hungry. I haven't eaten yet, y'all. I got one more client. My file is 100 by 100. Of course, good old cuticle work. Don't leave home without it. Don't leave home without the cuticle work, guys. This is so smooth, I ain't gonna be mess with it. The last thing I wanna do is mess with that. Sometimes your application's so smooth, if you try to drill on it, it just makes it worse. Been there, done that. No, bam, bam, no thank you, ma'am. My main concern is actually the cuticle area at this point. That's why I focus my work on my application, so that I don't have to do a lot of work later. Speeds up my process so much faster. I can get these sets done under 45 minutes easily. Remember, I have that clear on, so I can drill a little bit, but can't be too trigger happy, okay? If you're too trigger happy, you're gonna drill off that ombre and you're gonna make me cry. My main concern is getting these cuticles nice and flush. That's literally all it takes, guys. Nothing too fancy. Just some good old cuticle work with a sharp bit. Flushing the acrylic to the nail bed so that when it grows out, it comes out nice and clean. Como el llama espressa? Can someone translate that for me, please? I don't know what she's asking. Need a translator. I'm so sorry. I need to brush up on my Spanish. I know. No papi, no bueno. Ooh. Just a nice quick run over, okay? Nothing too serious here. Nothing to see here. She said, what is that called using? Oh, it's a hand filer, electric file. Electric E-file. Can someone put electric E-file in there? In Spanish? Just gonna go right through it real quick. Not too hard, remember? We don't want to eat into our ombre. Just very lightly. We're smoothing it out. A lot of it is just the clear we're drilling off to. Oh no. Oh no, here it comes. Amber alert. Ooh, that's close.
You exit out?
Yeah, I got that. How you know it's not working? Keep going down with nail plate. That's a good question. I feel like once you start drilling, you kind of feel it. Does that make sense? Because you know, like when you have that muscle memory, you kind of feel it. You feel the pressure you're putting with the drill bit, and you actually can see it also, and you definitely do feel it. So make sure, like, you know, just a right angle. If you put, I don't drill in here too long. I just go right through, and then you know, you see it. You see it starts getting to the nail bed. It starts getting lighter, and you actually feel it. It's hard to explain, but you do feel it. You do feel, okay, I'm getting close to the nail bed, or I'm right on the nail bed. Yeah, it's hard to explain. You do feel it though. Trust me, when you start doing this more and more, you'll feel it. Try on your own hands. You'll know. You see that? The nail bed's right there. You kind of see it come through. And you lighten the pressure. I definitely based off experience, to be honest with you. It's nothing that I really can say to explain to you at this point. And the fact that you just gotta try it yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, definitely you'll start seeing that, you start feeling it. It's just, you know, because it feels different when you're drilling on the natural nail than the acrylic in the acrylic e-filing. Nice and smooth. There's a little bump there. I'll remedy that. Some passing over. There you go. One hand down. The length, this would be medium long to long. Medium to medium long. And my length may be a little different from what you guys usually do for lengthwise. So the length based on your nail tech, based on how you want to set them. A lot of people consider these short or medium short, or a lot of people consider these long or XL. So based on the nail tech, really. I don't think the length chart is universal for anybody, to be honest. Oh, thank you. She's from Mexico and she follows me. Nice. Hello, all the way from Mexico. Lovely. Have all my little translators in here. That's what you call a community right there, baby. Wow, this is so smooth. I love doing ombre. When the top coat hits, everything makes sense. Everything will come to life, you guys. I think I'm gonna bring this bit back. This bit's actually pretty nice. I actually really like this bit. It's a good small bit. There you guys go. We're gonna finish on the last two fingers. Gonna clean up underneath, buff, and top coat. And that's just a nice quick ombre. And if I were to do this with just a red one color, it would be the same process. It's just anybody working with ombre, start out with these colors, okay? Don't be starting out with those black, reds, all that stuff. You're not ready. If you haven't mastered your powder control, you were not ready for the big colors, the dark reds and stuff like that. You're just not ready for it yet. Get these down first, get your control down. Fight. These last two fingers gonna be fighting me. Okay, so we're gonna go through this last thumb here and clean up underneath. Make sure you get these corners. Reposition your client's hands if you need to, but you definitely need to get these corners nice and flush, okay? This is where the lifts come from. Get those corners, blend out. Get this corner. The more flush it is, the less it's gonna lift. Shouldn't have any lift actually, at all. And there we go, fellas. Oops, I said fellas, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how it takes. And I'm just gonna clean up underneath any excess. Give me that nice C-curve shape. Wait. Where you going? You gonna buff your nail?
Home? What are you talking about?
Go home? Okay, just pay me first before you leave, okay? Pay me first. Okay, wash your hands. We're just gonna do a top coat.
I gotta use the bathroom first.
Go ahead. Oh, I am not made like I'm used to. I used to knock out 10 sets a day. I don't even think I can do 5 or 7 sets a day now. You lose that consistency, guys. Let's see, so much as I hate the red. No. This is a nice ombre. And last thing I want to do is put diamonds on it. This is going to be just a nice simple ombre set. And then just put the top coat on. The top coat, you guys will really see the ombre a little bit better. You have to remember, like, not everything you need to put diamonds and designs on, especially with ombres. If you're doing a whole set of ombre, yes. But sometimes you can do the ombre sets with designs, as in like maybe 2-finger ombre, some solid nails with a French or something like that. Then you can put stones and designs on those solid nails. It comes together. But if it's the whole thing ombre, I mean, you can put 1 diamond on each nail, but it takes away from the ombre when you start putting designs on top of it. If that makes sense. And you spend all that time doing the ombre, you don't want to just cover it up with designs and diamonds, you know? It distracts you from it. Oh my gosh. Where is she at? Oh, she went to the bathroom. Tonight I'll probably do a Q&A on the Nail Dad page. I don't think I've ever done it on the Nail Dad page before yet. I usually do it on my personal page. So it'll be questions and answering. You guys, I know I miss a lot of questions while I'm doing lives. So you guys will be able to ask questions then. And I'll be able to answer it for you. Alright. I'm using Anthony Vince's top coat right now, but I have my own top coat coming out. It's going to be a nice, very nice top coat. Oh, see, now you see that blend? The magic of top coat. So pretty. Can't go wrong with pink and white and that ombre. a nice thin coat because I don't want to lose my shape, okay? People are going on the false impression the thicker your top coat, the better, the shinier it is. That's not the case. The thinner it is, the shinier it is. The thicker it is, the bulkier it is, the less it cures. That looks more muted. Look at that shape. Ooh. Now Dad cuticle oil. I forgot I even had these. And there you guys go. It's a nice Frenchie. I mean, ombre. Cuticle flushness. I'm going to zoom in on that, show you guys what the flushness means. So there's no lips. Shape is consistent. See the ombre, the blend is consistent. That's what we're looking for. Each finger, the blend is consistent. Okay, consistency is very important when it comes to ombre.